Hey, this is Walk and Talk 322. Hate the lies, love the truth. Lying destroys everything. Throughout the Bible and throughout history, people have figured out how to conquer, how to change, how to undermine, how to tear apart, how to destroy life. Exchange truth for a lie. We're looking at Proverbs chapter 13, verse 5. This is August 13th, Walk and Talk 322, July 3rd. August 13th, I'm encouraging you in this walk and talk. Love the truth. Hate the lies. Let me give you some practical observation. Think of words like slander, traitor, deceit, scam, fraud, destruction, hate. Think of words like right, wrong, false, facts, manipulation, deception. When you think of joy and love and peace, and then anxiety and fear, quickly you realize there is right and wrong. There's truth and lies. It doesn't take long to undo, to change reality. As a matter of fact, in today's world, much like 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago, 2,000, 3,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago, people have figured out that if they change definitions, if they change the truth, if they just simply lie, people have figured out how to destroy. When you or I live in truth, it liberates, it builds up. I'm encouraging you in this walk and talk, the truth found in the Bible is what you want to build life on. Be aware how powerful lies can come in, how people can manipulate. The Bible talks about God being truth. So is man truth or is God truth? What's the foundation? There's a word called epistemology. It's the origin of truth. Where does truth come from? I'm encouraging you in this walk and talk. Love the truth, hate the lies. You have to be able to identify, spot a lie. It can be a small distortion of the truth. Have you ever heard someone play an instrument or someone sing? Or have you ever watched a basketball player or someone who has an exceptional skill and everything works together? It fits, it sounds right, it creates joy. Call it excellence. But what you're witnessing is the organization of truth being positive, creating melody. I'm encouraging this walk and talk. Hate the distortion, the manipulation. Hate the slander. Hate the gossip. Love the truth. Love what's right in the sight of God. In this walk and talk, if anxiety and cacophony and a distortion, if anxiety and anxiousness, if unhappiness surrounds you, if you're not content, if you're not at peace, if you're wrestling inside over different things, find the lie, identify the lie, identify what's been distorted, and love the truth. Pursue the truth. The truth will set you free. Let me give you some practical observations from Proverbs 13:5. It says there's a person who hates a false statement. And then there are people that are happy to live in shame and disgust. You know people who are filled with shame, who are embarrassed and filled with disgust, and you know people who live life constantly compromising. Call that person a thief, call that person a cheat. You have to figure out every day, what's your North Star? Every day you have to figure out what's up, what's down. Every day you have to identify what's the beginning point of life. I'm encouraging you in this walk and talk. There's a person that hates lies, and then there are people who enjoy living in shame, who enjoy living in the lie, who get a victory out of slander or distortion, who they're perfectly happy to manipulate the truth. Let me give you a practical observation about life. Anyone can change perception through language. They have a feeling, and that feeling, they try to express that feeling. And that feeling goes from a feeling to a lie. If you perceive yourself to be Superwoman or Superman, it's easy to think you're a magician with superpower and think that you can live your life in fantasy. I'm encouraging you in this walk and talk. Spot, identify the lie, love the truth. There is right and there is wrong. Don't get caught up in a false reality. Be driven by truth. What's right? What's wrong? You say, how do you do that? Start with God, not with man. Live and see through the perspective of what does God say? What does the Bible say? What does Jesus say? we go through life and we get caught up in feelings, emotions, with what someone else said or did or felt. I'm encouraging you, the truth will set you free. Don't suppress the truth. Spot the lie. Hate the distortion, the manipulation of the truth, and you won't be embarrassed. You won't be filled with shame. You won't feel disgusting or rejected. The truth will set you free. Proverbs 13:5 is insightful because lying destroys everything. If you've ever tried to build trust, you've discovered that lies destroy trust. If you ever built a relationship, lies destroy that relationship. Truth builds it, protects it. Make sure that deception is not a part of your life. Speak the truth at all times. Listen, with grace. Always with gentleness, with compassion, with mercy. Speak truth. But don't compromise with deception. Don't compromise with lies. Don't manipulate the truth with a lie. We want people to be honest. Never be dishonest. If you want someone to help you, you want them to be honest. If you want someone to cheat, you can predict the results. Lies destroy. Truth builds up. Truth protects. We live with the ability to lie, to cheat, to be a traitor, to betray, to fraud, to scam. We live with the ability that you have the capacity to fantasize, to somehow not follow the music created by God, the order created by God, the note created by God, the fact created by God. Take your Bible, start with the truth. The Bible says the truth, that would be God, that would be Jesus, will set you free. Don't start with man. Man creates and fantasizes constantly and changes the truth. Be careful that you cross-examine what you're feeling. Be careful what other people feel or imagine, and never suppress the truth with a manipulative lie. You probably have heard it said, half true, half false. Or there's a speck of truth in there somewhere, but sounds good, but it's not the truth. Your life depends on you living in the truth, or everything around you will be destroyed. Families, marriages, your heart. If you're in sports and you choose not to play by the rules, you will be kicked out. If You don't follow, whether it's the coach or if you're in music, whether it's the orchestra leader, or you're not following the music, it won't sound good. It won't blend, it won't harmonize, it won't bring joy. Truth changes everything for the good. Lies destroy everything. Practical observation. Proverbs chapter 13 was written approximately 3,000 years ago. And since that time and before that time, people could fantasize and imagine and create all kinds of ideas, all kinds of thoughts. That's the good side that God created us with, the capacity to create, to imagine. But never imagine life without God. Never imagine no boundaries. Never imagine how to remove Jesus from your heart, from your life, from your marriage, from your family. The Bible, Jesus, truth, is your stabilizer. It's your foundation. The truth holds everything together. The lies, separates everything, destroys everything, pulls everything apart. The house, the friendship, the person who builds on truth can stand alone, even if everybody else follows the lie. The truth will set you free. Practically speaking, Proverbs 13:5 shows you the importance of truth. You don't want to be disgusted. You don't want to be disgusting. You don't want to be shamed. You don't want to live in shame. You don't want to be embarrassed. And what happens to people who lie, who manipulate, who create their own rules, who are constantly compromising truth? What happens to them? We watch life fall apart. We watch the distortion of truth replaced by this challenge that seems to never, ever stop. Every opportunity that you take should be a step, not toward a lie, but toward truth. A step away from the lie, the lies, the slander, the gossip, the manipulation of God, the manipulation of the Bible, the twisting, taking things out of context, creating new definitions. Step back. What does God say about A, B, or C? What does the Bible say, teach about A, B, or C? What did Jesus say about A, B, or C? We appreciate faithfulness. We appreciate integrity. We appreciate trust. All built on truth, but destroyed by lies. I suspect everybody thinks about, well, one white lie or one little lie won't really matter. And I'm just simply reminding you that lies, or even one lie, can destroy everything. Take, for example, the person who wants justice or revenge, and they have followed the truth all their life, and then the day comes and they're driven by anger, revenge, justice, and they decide to ignore that truth in the Bible that says, don't murder. And that person decides to take justice into their own hands. That one decision, and their life is forever changed. Not for good, but for bad. Remember the truth in the Bible that says, confess the lie to one another. Speak the truth in love. Confess, admit. Notice how liberating it is to receive forgiveness. Because in every human being, there is this awareness of right and wrong. Truth is transformational. Lies are destructive. Live your life in truth. Not my truth, not your truth, but God's truth as defined in the Bible, as displayed by Jesus, who is truth with a capital T. Someone said to me recently, well, Jesus lived 2,000 years ago, and I gently said to that individual, show me someone who you can trust better than Jesus. Who's got more credibility than Jesus? Whose life story has changed more lives than Jesus? Who's the greatest example to follow? And the answer is, the truth will set you free. Jesus is the truth. He's the way. He's life. He's everything. He's light. In this walk and talk, I'm just simply encouraging you to understand how destructive compromise, in terms of compromising truth, when we manipulate the truth, when we change the truth, when we follow the lie, always people get hurt. Things are always torn down. But when you follow the truth, I'm simply asking you to follow God, follow Jesus, follow the Bible. Get behind the greatest book, the greatest life. The truth will set you free. Proverbs 13:5 says, a righteous person hates false talk. You don't like people who lie to you. You don't like being lied to you, slandered, gossiped, manipulated, frauded, scammed. But you do appreciate people who are trustworthy, credible. There is truth. Truth builds up. Truth is beautiful, But it's not your truth, my truth. It's God's truth. It's the Bible explains truth. When you put your arms around the beginning of truth, you come to God, you come to Jesus, you come to the Bible. Show me another book. Show me another person who is more trustworthy than the Bible, considering all of the promises, commands, corrections, rebukes, the life of Jesus as described in the Bible. Show me something better. This is Walk and Talk. 322, it's August 13th. Proverbs 13:5. A wicked person stinks. A wicked person acts disgustedly. And then it goes on to say, and shameful. We invite you to worship with us this coming Sunday at 4525 South McClintock, First Baptist Church, Tempe. We offer worship services at 9:30 and 11. Small group Bible study on Sunday and throughout the week. Contact the church, 480-839-0926. You can also send an email to the church through the church website, fbc-tempe.org. Every day is a day to stand for the truth. Hate the lies, love the truth, because the truth builds up, lies destroy. Enjoy the truth.